Good afternoon.
Welcome to the Muscle of Yarn podcast. We're back.
We're back. I'm back.
Kelly's back.
I'm back. Yep.
We are coming to you on our normal recording time, Thursday afternoon, from our yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont.
It is, and it's a beautiful sunny
It
day.
is
It's kind of windy,
gorgeous.
but it's perfect.
Yeah.
Happy summer.
Happy summer.
We talk a lot about the weather,
We do.
but we also talk a lot about knitting.
Yep. So you can find the store out on all social media as Muscle of Yarn. And feel free to follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Find
All
us
those
on
fun
iTunes if you prefer iTunes.
Yep.
Join our Ravelry group. We've got a
Yep.
great group. It's quite active.
It has been lately, which is
Thanks
really
to
awesome.
all of Angela's cows that she likes to host.
Oh, we got some more. I'm working on a few others.
Oh, there you go.
Super fun. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
You can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins, and you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins.
And feel free to friend either of us on either of those social media platforms.
Yep.
And thank you to all the new followers on Instagram. I never really know what drives like the new followers, but
Yeah.
it seems like it kind of goes in waves. So it's really cool, and I love seeing what everybody's working on. I have been a little bit quiet on social media. My life has been a little crazy, and I haven't even had time to be on social media, let alone post to social media.
I did some early
So.
posting when I was on vacation because we had pretty decent Wi-Fi. But then towards the end, it was a little bit iffy in some places, and we jam-packed our days full of stuff. So by the time I got back to the hotel or the inn, wherever we were staying, we'd eat dinner, and of course it stays light so late, even later than it does here. So we'd be out like walking around until didn't eat dinner until some nights until 8 o'clock, and then we'd walk around for a while until it got dark, and then walk back to the hotel or the inn or B&B or wherever we were staying. And then we were just like, oh my god, it's like 10:30.
We should probably go to sleep.
Yeah. So some of it was just pure exhaustion, but it was great. It was
Nice.
so good.
Nice. So we like to start. I feel like we forgot something important that we usually do, but I think we're fine.
We're fine.
We're
I think
fine.
we told everybody where to find us and who we are.
I think so. We hope so. If not,
Did we say I'm Kelly and you're Angela?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we
I
did
didn't
go through
remember
that.
actually saying that, so.
We did. We're off our game today. That's what happens when we take like a week off. We hope everybody enjoyed the Meet the Farmers video
Yes.
that we posted last week. There are picks of the week in that, so
There are, so-
they're good, available for another week. So if you're interested, check out the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, you don't have to watch the whole thing if you
Nope.
don't want. So,
Nope.
because we always place that right at the beginning for
Yep.
you.
So we start our podcast with our picks of the week. And what this is
What is a pick of the week?
what is the
Angela?
pick? Oh my!
What is a pick of the
What?
week?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Excellent.
Yes. New car. No. So each week, Kelly and I pick something from the store. Usually, sometimes it's something else, but pretty consistently recently it's been from the store, yarn or something else. And for 2 weeks, with the code that we're going to give you in between our picks, and it will be down here. I'll type it in down here at the bottom. You get 10% off that item for the 2 weeks in the online store or in store. If you're buying it in store, you need to tell the person when you're checking out that this is a pick of the week.
Yep.
We try to be up on it, but there's enough people that work here.
If they don't hear what it is or something,
Right.
just as it comes out, because they can't always watch our podcasts
Exactly.
either. We try to have a
Exactly.
list for them, but
Yep.
sometimes it's
Sometimes things get a little
crazy.
crazy. So if you have any questions on how the discount code gets applied or where it goes, we did a tutorial in episode 73 about this. And if the discount does not show in the cart, it hasn't been applied.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either the code is not correct or it's not in the right place.
Yep.
And feel free to email us or...
Yes, thank you to everybody who has done that,
Yes,
because it
when
makes
they
our
have-
lives easier.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yes, please ask first. We're totally willing to help walk you through that process if you're running into or have a question, or I don't know. It's totally possible that somebody mistypes the code somewhere along the line. So, it very likely could be us.
Yeah.
So ask first before buying. So we have 2 DK weight yarns for you guys this week, or 2 DK weight lines of yarn.
Right.
Yours multiple yarns. Mine is 1. And so what's driving, usually we have a theme. Like lately we've had a theme. So it's not actually one of my knit-alongs. Apparently we're having
friends knit along.
Apparently we're having some knit-along, not races, but I've maybe inspired other people to do lots of knit-alongs. So Sue and Chelsea from the Legacy Fiber Arts podcast and Legacy Fiber Arts Yarn are doing a knit-along. I don't think it's started yet.
July 1st.
Okay, it's going to start July 1st. And they are going to be doing this sweater by Caitlin Hunter. And I would pronounce that, but I just...
Tecumseh.
Tecumseh? Okay, or I'll just ask Kelly. I'll just ask Kelly. So if anybody would like to knit this sweater...
Some say it Tecumseh,
Tecumseh.
but usually I hear it pronounced Tecumseh. So
What I want to do is offer another alternative for a yarn that you could use for this sweater. I love Legacy Fiber Arts DK yarn. In fact, I may have 2 sweater quantities worth myself that's just hanging out. I don't know. Thanks, Sue. That's waiting to be knit up into some things. But I realize that that may not be affordable for everybody. Or maybe you want to get a colorful skein for this part and more of a solid color for the background. Like you could use both types, the yarn I'm going to show and Legacy Fiber Arts for this product. And I suspect that Sue and Chelsea are probably going to have some kits too.
yeah, I think they're doing
test knitting
is
right now.
they're doing custom order slots on their website.
Okay.
So you can do a sweater quantity and custom order, pick and choose your colors,
Okay.
which is kind of a great idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I was wondering what those were.
Yep.
I was just over on their Etsy page.
I think one of Chelsea's stories, and I think she was talking about it in that.
Okay.
So
Okay, cool.
yeah.
So my pick of the week this week is our Barocco Vintage DK, which we all absolutely love here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great, what I would classify as a workhorse yarn.
Yeah.
It's extraordinarily affordable at $8.50, I think, a skein.
Tons of yardage.
Tons of yardage. I was just gonna pull.
$2.90, I think.
Is it?
Yep.
Yep, 290 yards per skein. So, I mean, in terms of like a base color, this is a fantastic.
Yeah, so if you've got stuff in your stash and you just need, the base color, or because a lot of times I'll have 1 or 2 skeins that would work for the color
Right.
work portion, but I don't always have, the sweater
Exactly.
quantity of neutral.
Exactly. So all of our vintage DK is available with the coupon code. I just brought over more of our sort of neutral, like what you would more use for the background colors. So we've got like 3 different shades of
There's
gray.
a lot of grays, yeah.
So a dark, medium, and light.
And these 2 are heathered, and that one is not.
We have a true black, which would also be stunning with a lot of the Legacy Fiber Arts yarn.
Oh, it'd make them pop like crazy, wouldn't it?
Dang it, I wasn't going to do this one. We have a true white. We have this nice sort of brown color, and this is sort of like a creamy, almost like French vanilla-y kind of color. It's showing up a little whiter. It does have some yellow in it. some nice yellow
Yeah, like
undertones.
vanilla ice cream is the perfect.
Yeah, it's totally vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of colors too. I didn't bring any of the colors over, but we've got greens and blues and pinks and all shades in between. So, you know, that pattern actually would also be lovely in like a blue with lighter color color work. So the Barocco Vintage DK, this is also great for kids stuff. It's great for sweaters, mittens, like you name it. This is a great yarn. So if you've been looking for a reason to buy some vintage DK, or maybe you're eyeballing a different sweater that you'd like to make out of DK, take advantage of our 10% off with this one. So, and we should do our coupon code.
We could make it really easy and just do weekly pick DK.
Yeah, let's do that. Good job, Kel. Weekly pick DK.
Sweet.
Easy peasy.
Super easy.
Easy peasy.
All right, let me knit two together and then I'll do my pick.
Because you did too, and I'm totally gonna derail in the middle, and then we'll forget where we are. So I was watching, not the most recent episode, but the other one, the one prior, called Home, Legacy Fiber Arts, and Sue was right in the middle of knitting her sock, and she had to hold up her rookie mistake because she knit with the end on the podcast. It was awesome.
That's awesome. I haven't caught up with their podcast at the last couple episodes because, well, I've been away, but
she did exactly what I just did right now.
So
starts
funny.
laughing, and she's like, "Oh, Angela," and they even put it like #rookie mistake across the bottom.
That's hilarious.
So Sue and I have this ongoing Instagram thing because, like, I don't know, like 3 times in a row I knit with a tail, and she started the #rookie mistake. The hashtag, and so it's just
she
been kind of
commented on yours and was like,
Yeah.
#rookie mistake.
Yeah, and it's just been sort of this ongoing joke
Yeah,
because I
that's
keep knitting with a
hilarious.
tail, and so then she knit with a tail, so that was
You know.
awesome.
Yeah. So did you like do the little clapping hands back to her?
I did. I actually went out and commented on the.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Yeah. Okay, so
So-
weekly pick DK
Yes,
is the code.
back.
And with the code this week, my pick, you can get 10% off any of the Green Mountain Spinnery DK weight yarns. So we've got quite a few in stock of theirs. We've got the Sylvan Spirit, which this one is the one we probably have the most quantity of. These are the colors that we've got in that at the moment. So
And all of these yarns would make a beautiful version of that
Yeah.
sweater as well.
yeah, so none of these are super wash, so these would all be hand wash. And if you love this sheepy smell, Green Mountain Spinnery yarns are the best for that
Yes,
because
they
they
are.
have such a great smell to them. These are a little bit smaller skeins. They are 2-ounce skein, which is 58 grams, and they're 180 yards. And the Sylvan Spirit is a wool tencel blend, and I think we've done these before, but
We have.
They're
they're such a great yarn.
they are great yarns, and I love them. And since they were here a few weeks ago for the Chunk Show, I really wanted to highlight these. I've got to restock on their yarns, but the tencel gives it a little bit of a sheen to it, so it's really kind of a neat yarn. And I love that. I want to make a sweater with that.
Well, like,
I know. Well, I don't think I want to do with this one. I don't know. I don't think I want to do color work. It's just so pretty on its own.
you know, there's a lot of.
I actually love this one. This
That's
one is
really
called
nice.
Luminosity, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
Luminosity. And it's just plain, but because it has that sheen to it,
Yep.
on its own, it just, oh.
I started looking at DK cardigans because
Mm-hmm.
the 2 sweater quantities worth of yarn. One is going to be a so faded, comfy cardigan
Mm-hmm.
in one color, but I have a whole second sweater squad. So I was like, what can I make? There's a ton of DK cardigans
Yeah,
out there.
there really are.
And some are really, really cool. Like, I always forget the Campside Cardi by Alicia Plummer as a DK. There's some ones by Hoagie. There's a couple by Vera.
There's quite a few baby cocktails.
Yep.
She's got some because I did, well, some of hers are sport, but some
Yep.
of them will work fine for DK
Yeah.
too. But
So there's lots of different sweaters and cardigans out
Yeah.
there in DK weight, and the search tools that Ravelry has for
I
being able
know.
to narrow down patterns is incredible.
yeah.
So
So I didn't
Sorry.
pull all of, that's okay. I didn't pull all of the colors.
Just derailing left and right today.
I didn't pull all of the colors that we have for all of the yarns. So the next one that I've pulled over are Music. So Music is the it's 100% wool, American wool, and these are again 2-ounce skeins, 180 yards. All of their DKs are that same put up.
Yeah, and they're all $13.85 a skein.
No, they're a little bit more than that, I think.
Okay.
I didn't. They're between. They're right
14?
around 15-ish, 14, 15, somewhere
Okay.
in there. Well, the mountain mohair is a little bit more, I think, and these are a little bit less.
But the mountain mohairs are worsted, right?
Yeah, mountain
Yeah.
mohair is worsted. Yeah, that one's. I didn't bring that one over here. They also have Alpaca Elegance. So this is a 50% New England alpaca, 50% wool, fine wool. That one is 2. There's some really cool colors in the Alpaca Elegance. So again, I didn't bring all of them over, but just a small sampling of some of the colors that we have. And this one it's softer than the others. Their yarns are a little bit more on the rustic side. I don't think they're the scratchiest yarns that I've ever come across. They're really, really nice to work with. I really like their yarns.
Yep.
So the Alpaca Elegance, if you want just a little bit more softness to it. And a 50-50 blend is a great one. You can definitely use that for sweaters.
Yeah.
I try not to do much more than that for the alpaca
garments.
content because it will stretch. But that, a 50-50 is great. And then the last one that I brought over is the Cotton Comfort. I actually like those colors together.
Yeah.
So this is, as you might have guessed, is cotton and wool. And it's 20% organic cotton, 80% fine wool, and same, put up the 2 ounces, 180 yards. So those are really fun ones too. And you can see the little bits of the cotton in there.
Yep.
So, and that's
just because
what
they
gives
take
it,
the dye differently.
yeah. So it's a cellulose fiber, so it requires a different process if you're going to dye it. So when they dye the wool, it stays, only the wool takes the dye.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty cool.
So that is my pick of the week. So check out Green Mountain Spinnery. Oh, and I don't know if she's released them yet, but I know Mina did her hat patterns using the Green Mountain
DK,
Spinnery.
Yeah,
She
I
did
don't think they're out yet.
Yeah.
I think they're coming out in the fall.
the fall. Yeah. But if you wanted to stock up, because she's talked about them quite a bit, and you know, a couple skeins will be
Get you a couple
plenty
hats.
for the hat.
Yep.
To do a hat. So so if you want to stock up for those, because those are really cute too.
Yeah.
Then you could
Maybe
get
we'll
a
have
skin
to
or
do
two.
a hat along when
Yeah.
those patterns come out, because
Yeah,
that would be
that'd be
great.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Green Mountain Spinnery, DK Weight, and we've got links to those, and they will be in show notes for
Yep.
you.
And we linked right to the search page on our website, so only
Just the DKs will come up.
Are coming up.
Yep. And
Yep.
those are going to be the ones that will when you put the code in, will automatically be 10% off.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. So I'm not wearing any hand knits today because it's warm.
It was warm. I was wearing, so I'll show you one of my acquisitions I had on this morning because it's really, really windy. And when you're outside in the wind, it was a little bit chilly. But so when I was over in England, so if anybody's new, I just got back from a 10-day trip to England and had a fabulous time. We did kind of a whirlwind trip. We flew into London. We stayed there for 3 days, I think, and then we went off to Bath, as I'm told I have to pronounce it. Unless I'm from the north, it's pronounced Bath.
Bath.
So we were there for actually,
Lovely town.
yeah, it was beautiful. We were there for just an overnight, and then the next morning we took a train to the Cotswolds.
Nice.
We picked up a rental car, and we were there for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And drove around. Bob drove around, went down there's a lot of single track roads over there.
Good thing you're from Vermont and you got practice.
I know, it was so funny. So I mean, all of a sudden, like, and the thing is with the single track roads, like, you're going over hills and around corners, so you don't have much visibility. And all of a sudden a car will be coming and everybody's just like, and, you know, everybody pulls off to their
Yeah.
respective sides of the road.
Pretty amazing.
It was crazy.
And you probably got to see people actually drive roundabouts the way they're supposed to be driven.
Yeah, right? I know. So, there was only, where we were, I think there was only 2 roundabouts that we had to go through. Because, I mean, we were pretty far out, like, in the country. So, where we picked up the car was a little bit of a bigger town, and that was the only place I think there was roundabouts.
Okay.
And then, so we were there for a few days, and then we took the car back, and the only time we had rain was when we were driving back with the car to drop it off.
Oh, no.
And then we hopped on the train, and that was it. We never were like outside we never got rained on for the entire time we were there. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
And then so we hopped on the train and then went to York, and we were there for a few days, and then went back to London, and we went to tons of museums and abbeys and historical sites, and I mean, really, that's what we did. And if you guys were following along, you know that I took just a single carry-on bag, and I packed 10 days worth of clothes and things in there, and it worked great. And but I didn't have a lot of room to bring stuff back, so I was very discerning about what I wanted to get, which actually was a great way to do it, because it was more about the experience, really, than like getting things.
Yeah.
And so I got a few things, which I'm going to show you in acquisitions, but this is one that I got, and it's a ruana, and I'll have to take a picture of just me wearing it. So if you don't know what a ruana is, it's basically like a square of fabric that has a slit cut halfway in, and then it goes over your shoulders, and you can wear it cape style, or you can just wear it hanging down, and then it looks kind of like an open fronted poncho when you're wearing it. So this one's a mini ruana because it's not as long as some of them, but so I got this in York, and it's from a company that's been in existence since 1837, and the fabric is woven in England, and I just thought it was so pretty.
So pretty.
I know, and it's like
such your colors.
I know, it was perfect because it's like got fall colors, but it's also got a lot of gray and black in it, so it's so versatile.
Yeah,
I can wear it with a ton. So it was perfect for this morning while it was chilly.
Yeah,
and it's a great like blanket cover up too if I get really chilly. So it's 100% wool, and it's just lovely. And I treated myself to that, and that was like my big purchase when I was there.
And you don't even, and that you could just wear on the plane.
Exactly.
So you wouldn't even need to worry about it having space in your
bag. I made sure that this was with me, because if anything happened to my luggage, I didn't want this to go away. So I had this, and I had any pieces that I had knit that I took along with me as garments, and I shoved those in my little bag, because I checked what had been my main luggage suitcase. I checked that on the way when I came home, so that I didn't have to schlep it through the airport, and it was just as easy because I had to collect it when I got back to Newark anyway, to go through customs and do all that fun stuff, so anyway, it was a great experience, and I had a ton of fun. So
awesome.
But as you'll see in acquisitions, I didn't get any yarn when I was over there, which I'm a bit bummed about, but I only ended up making it to one yarn store.
Okay.
And I wanted to go to Loop in London, but like I said, our days, we just did so much.
So if you haven't been there before, there's so many other things to see.
There really was.
It's the history there, and just the cool stuff to go check out.
Yeah.
I don't blame you at all.
Yeah, so, and it's like, you know what, I have plenty of yarn. The only thing that I did, that the yarn store that I went to, I looked before I went, and it was the one in the Cotswolds. It's called, the town was called Bourton on the Water, and it was really lovely, and we got there early enough, it wasn't that busy. And there was a yarn store there, and it said specifically on their website that they have local yarn from like a local farm, like what we do. And I was like, that's great, because I can get blacker yarns over here. I can get a lot of the other British yarns. I mean, we carry the West Yorkshire Spinners and things like that. So, even though that's British yarn, it's not like super, super local.
Right.
And so I went to that yarn store, and he's like, yeah, I'm all out. And I was like, oh. They had one skein of some of the local yarn left, but it was like this bubblegum pink color.
You're like, meh.
And I'm like, I'm not going to buy it just to say I have a skein of local yarn.
Yeah.
And, but I can actually, since I'm blathering about it, I'll show you guys what I did get. So they are a yarn store, but they also do some needlepoint, cross stitch, and sewing type things as well. So I did get a sewing pattern. Cool. And this is a 1940s tea dress pattern, and I just thought it was really cute.
It was cute.
So that's one thing that I got. And then I got some little cross stitch kits, and I'll pull this one out because there's a sticker over the front of it, and I did start them. And that's one. So that is the actual town that I was in, the Bourton on the Water. So it's kind of a little scene from that. And then, and I started that one when I was there because I didn't really do a lot of knitting, surprisingly. I just was so exhausted at night because we would get done, and then that's the other one I got, of course, because of the little sheepies and the countryside and everything. And the magpies. Oh my gosh, there's magpies everywhere. They were everywhere. They were really funny. And then there was this one bird, and I don't know what it was, but I started laughing because it looks it was pretty much all black with a little bit of gray feathers, and then it has, and you might know because being the birder that you are, and then it had this like tuft on top of its head that was black, and it looked like he was wearing like a little Beefeater hat, and it was so funny because I'm like, he's in England wearing this like little.
I should pull the book. I'm pretty sure I actually have a bird book from the British Isles.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I was there, spent enough time there. That
Yeah.
I picked one up. I'll have to pull it. And we'll look through it
Yeah,
and see
because
if we can
I've
figure
only
out
got
what it
North American
I'm pretty
bird
sure.
books.
We don't
So.
tend to get rid of that kind of stuff
No.
at my house, so I'm pretty sure I should still have it. I'll pull it and I'll bring
that'd
it
be
by.
cool.
You can look. So I have a finished object.
Yay!
I have actually almost 2 finished objects.
That's awesome.
But one for sure. So I finished my Jelly Roll socks.
Yay! Just in time for our
Yes,
along.
we have. We'll be doing prizes today for the shorty sock along.
So stick with us
So stick with us. We'll do those at the end.
if you want to see if you won.
So yep, mine are done. I'm super excited. They're fun. You know, I enjoyed this pattern. It might have been a little fiddly for me. I've been in this great vanilla sock place where I can just don't have to pay attention.
Yeah.
This 2-color ribbing, while it looks super cool and I really like it,
Yeah.
it just requires that you pay more attention to
Yeah.
knitting. So
I wondered about that part of it, if it
Yeah.
was going to be a little fiddly.
it is a little bit. It's not too bad. So my other almost finished, I have sweater parts. It's not as fun as mouse parts when I was making mouse
That's right,
ornaments.
the little mice, they were really cute.
But I have sweater parts. So I have sleeves. There's 2 sleeves there.
Mm-hmm.
And I have fronts and backs of insouciant.
Excellent. You're so close.
So close. And this is actually, it's still wet because it wasn't fully dried.
I can smell the little bit of like the woolly wet,
Yeah.
you know, kind of like
wool.
wet dog, but it's
Wet
much
wool.
better because it's wet wool.
Apparently this is still a little damp too. Anyway, and as I mentioned in the intake outtakes, somebody apparently said that there's 2 people here that like to seam stuff. So I think I'm gonna leave it. And maybe the seaming fairies will,
Will magically finish it for you.
finish my sweater. And then I can come knit. It's got you have to pick up and knit the neck collar or neck band.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so maybe it'll be totally finished by next week.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Do we get a mention in the credits?
Sure. Oh yeah. It's a group effort. Group effort. I actually don't mind seaming, but if there's people who really enjoy it and it seems to just
It's kind of
It's
fun
their
and
jam.
meditative. I like doing it. I like hand stitching.
I don't mind it, though I have to set up at like my kitchen table, and that is the part that makes it
Yeah.
more difficult at my
Yeah.
house. So I will leave it here to be continued.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I have no finished objects. I thought I might with this one that I'm working on, but I just really didn't knit that much. I just was so exhausted and
Yeah, traveling does that. Sightseeing does that.
yeah, oh my gosh, and one of the trains we were on was so hot. I felt like we were baking inside of it. Some of the newer ones that we were on had air conditioning and it was fine. This one didn't, and it was probably the hottest day. I mean, the temperatures were great. Most of the time we were there, it was between like 65 and 75. But this one day when we were going from Bath to the Cotswolds, thankfully it wasn't a really long train ride. I think it was just over an hour.
Okay.
But there was no air conditioning, and we were sitting kind of right behind where the engineer was. And so the section we were in, the windows usually vent at the top, but that section of windows didn't have the vents on them, so we were like roasting.
Baking.
But they brought around water, and they were giving us water, and I had water too. But so I drank all of my water and drank the other one.
Water.
Yeah. But so I was like, yep, not knitting on this train.
So I picked these guys back up. I can't even remember when I started these. These are Rose City rollers.
Those are from a sock blank?
Yeah, so it's leftovers
That's right.
from a sock blank. I knit just some vanilla socks out of it, and I have enough left over that I thought I could probably do some shorty socks if I use another yarn for the heels and toes. So I just picked these back up and have made quite a bit of progress. When I picked them back up, I was back here where this little marker is, so I've knit all of this, almost the whole foot.
Nice.
It's just been my kind of meetings, stuck on the phone, going to Fort Ticonderoga, knitting, because I don't have to pay that much attention to it.
Yeah. That is the nice thing with socks. I mean, you can just keep going around and around and around and not even...
And it's small, and it's easy to tuck in my bag. And this time of year, the shorty socks are great. So hopefully get these done, and then I have a couple more pairs of shorty socks.
Oh, good.
So that'd be good. Let's see. What else have I been working on?
Yeah, you can keep going because I only have one thing that I've been working on.
Okay.
I have made progress on it, and I forgot to put a progress keeper on it.
I worked a little bit more on my Mystic Evening shawl. I think the last time I was maybe had these two sections done, and I added a third color. I have not worked on this since Worldwide Knit in Public Day, because I've been trying to finish Insouciant just so I could get it off my plate. Though I need to pick this one back up because I do have a deadline for this. And it's kind of one of those like, I got plenty of time. And then I start looking at the calendar, I'm like,
Close
you
it in on
might
me.
want to get going.
Yeah.
So I'm using the Fiber Optics Gradient Paint Box Kit for this. So this is the violet to turquoise.
And you knotted it
one.
all together.
I did knot it all together.
Because if you go back to a couple episodes ago, Anne shows it, and they come in a box.
It's like 15 mini skeins.
Yeah.
So I just knotted it into one big cake because there's no way I was going to keep track of who's its and what's its. So I need to.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
And that's the thing with a gradient kit that comes with 15 mini skeins. They're going to be really, really close in color, and the shift is going to happen so slowly that you could very easily
mix them up.
Switch a couple of them around.
Yep.
And you wouldn't see it right away, but I think you would end up seeing it in the final piece. So that's a great way of doing it.
Yep. And then I have another project that I'm going to start here soon. I needed to pick up some yarn here today. So Little Miss's birthday's next week. And
that's crazy.
I know, isn't it?
She's going to be 2.
She's going to be 2.
That's nuts.
Is that nuts? Yeah, 2. So I'm going to make her this little ruffle skirt, because what else do you use ruffle yarn for?
It's so cute.
Isn't that cute?
So at least 2 of our customers that I know of have made that.
Yeah.
And it is adorable. It's really, really adorable.
Super cute. So it uses this Premier Starbella yarn, which you can still find on like Amazon. There's not too many places.
I should look. I think I have a really cute sparkly one.
Do you?
Yeah, it's like purple with sparkles.
Take it if you got it.
Yeah, all luck.
Because somebody likes to wear skirts, and particularly ones with ruffles.
Of course, because you can like twist and
Yeah.
do cute things, and they ruffles go poof.
I got another skein of this when I was ordering it. Not this color, a different color. Could probably make one for my niece as well, because she's that same age group. So the pattern calls for Cascade Fixation, which is like a stretchy cotton yarn, but we have Kolbasi DK, which is almost the same thing.
Yeah.
So I bought this gray to go with it, just as sort of a neutral. I guess this doesn't really have gray. I thought that one of those colors was gray, but
I think it's fine though.
I'm gonna do the gray because then the ruffles will
You don't
really
even
stand
really
out.
see that much of the gray
just the
anyway. Yeah.
So I've been told this is a really fast project.
Yeah, everybody that I've seen that's done it has like whipped it out. No problem, like really quickly.
Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna do that. Hopefully get it done for her birthday next week. I have
So
a
cute.
airplane trip to go to take, so that's probably gonna go with me.
Mm-hmm.
Or these socks, I don't know, or both.
Yeah.
Probably
I'd say
both. They
Yeah.
could probably both fit in this project bag, and then I have options.
Right.
Options.
Excellent.
Options.
I know, that's a funny thing. I usually way overpack my knitting projects when I go on trips, but there's really great benefits to like cramming a lot of your stuff into one small bag because you're limited and you really have to think about what you're
Yep.
taking.
Yeah.
And so I took two, and I didn't end up starting the other one. I showed you guys the yarn a couple episodes ago, 2 or 3 episodes ago, of what I was thinking of doing for my knitting project. So I took two, and I only ended up working on one of them, and I actually had started that before I left. So the one I've been working on is Paris in Berlin. It's a Joji Locatelli pattern, and I've come quite far with it. I've got another repeat of kind of basically this section, not quite that much. Like can
I
you
I
see?
think yeah.
Honestly, so
She's out of practice.
yeah.
Goes away for a couple of weeks and it just.
I know. So it is a bandana style cowl. So this is the top that's gonna, sit up here. And so you're working it down, and it is gonna have a point. So it'll look like, if you were wearing a shawl, is kind of the style it's meant to be. Because if you look at the back, you can see it's forming the point. So the top portion, which I started before I left, has just some texture stitches with some pearls, and then you get into this really fun, very easy pattern here, where you've got this strand that you're working in. So it makes a really fun texture and a lot of interest. So on a yarn like this is Legacy Fibers, their Jumpin' Jellyfish colorway. Even though it's got a lot of color variation in it, you can still really see not only the color, but you can see the pattern too, which is fun. So, and I wanted something easy, one skein that, I didn't really have to worry about a lot of balls of yarn rolling around or getting lost. And so it's been really easy and, a very intuitive pattern. So, so if you need some travel knitting, this is a fun one. And
Nice.
I don't usually wear a lot of cowls, but this style and shape of this one, I think I'm going to wear a lot. So, and it's fun. The colors are really fun in that. So
Nice.
yeah, so that's really what I've been working on, and it's getting close to, like I said, I've got another maybe couple inches or so of this particular pattern to do, and then you switch and you do some a garter band. Oh, I don't know. I think it's a couple inches as well.
Okay.
So let's see if I have a finished picture of it here so I can show you. That's what the pattern looks like. So, yeah, coming along
Awesome.
very well. Yeah. And that's what I've been working on.
Nice.
I've been reading a ton, and what else have I been doing? Been doing a little bit of that cross stitch, but I haven't gotten very far. Not far enough to really show you anything. So, yeah. I'm going to do, so for anybody who's been following along, I did do some Instagram posts of a little bit of my trip in the beginning, but I'm working on a blog post, so if that's
cool.
something that's of interest to you, I didn't want to bore you in the podcast episode with lots of stuff and like send pictures to Ange so she can be like, and here's another one of Kelly's pictures. I figured I'd just do a blog post and kind of talk about it, well, type about it in there. So
I could, because we like to do all this stuff live, because why not? If there's any pictures you want me, I can put them all the way at the end of the outtakes, and do like a little slideshow at the end if you want.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not a big deal too. I can, I was planning on doing a blog post anyway.
Okay.
Just to kind of remember that. But I'll link to where my blog is. I probably won't have time to finish it and get it up until over the weekend. So if that post from my travel isn't there, then just check back if it's something of interest to you. And if it's not, then you don't have to bother.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So we had a super fun time at Worldwide Knit and Public Day.
Did you?
Yes,
oh, fun.
We had really good turnout, lots of people just hanging out, and it was the weather was fantastic.
Nice. That's
And
always the best.
it was so good, so relaxing, just great to
good.
kind of hang out there. And
It looked like quite a big crowd. I saw pictures from
and
it.
I took pictures early on.
Did you?
So I didn't even take pictures a little later when we had even more people.
Really?
So,
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
It was so cool. So we'll be doing that again next year, I would suspect.
We should just do that if we know that we're going to have a weekend where we have good weather.
Mhm.
It'd be really fun to just do like a...
Come knit outside with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Like do a little Must Love Yarn picnic or something and just a knitting
Super fun.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super fun. So we have events coming up. We have the Great Northern Yarn Hall in July.
Starting in a few weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Lithuanian Colorwork Mittens class with Donna Dukanis
We
on
still
July
have-
14th. There are a few seats available.
Yeah, there's still some availability in that. So if it's something of interest to you, check it out. She's a fantastic teacher full of knowledge about a lot of different color work from different regions,
Yep.
like the Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia kind of region. But she's done some amazing pie shawls. She's got books on her pie shawls that she does. So she's just a wealth of knowledge. And it's not just about learning that technique. She talks
Right.
a lot about the history behind it. And so it's fantastic if you haven't checked it out.
Yep. And July 28th is our evening at the ballpark with the
Yay.
Lake Monsters. It's also Star Wars night.
Mhm.
It's also fireworks night.
So
it's going to be awesome.
come out and knit or get your geek on with us if
I
you know.
might have my Chewy mask on or the household Chewy mask on.
And
Perhaps.
it would be worth it, the $8, just to come and see Ange in her Chewy mask.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my family's going to ask for tickets not sitting with me. Actually, William would. He would be like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. He's down with it.
He was really cute when he wanted to play catch with Bob last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that wasn't our Stitch and Pitch night though. That was we ended up going to the same game.
Yes.
And that was so cute.
Yeah. We enjoy the Lake Monsters. It's
Yeah.
it's great family venue, and you get to watch some baseball, and it's affordable, and they've got a nice area where the kids can run around.
Mhm.
It's good.
Yep.
Super
It
fun.
is. It is a lot of fun.
All right, so what else we got going on here? We've got a couple knit-alongs going on. Well, yeah, two. I didn't move that one. Two knit-alongs going right now. We have our summer t-shirt, Cal.
I gotta pick mine back up and get it
I know.
done.
Mine's in pieces.
When's our end date for that?
End of July. So it's
Okay.
running through the end of
Oh,
July.
so I have a whole other month.
You've got plenty of time to knit a summer tee or tank or whatever. There's already some awesome stuff up in the finished objects thread on Ravelry.
Yep.
So, the rules and stuff about that are up. The other knit along that started on the 15th was our multicolor summer shawl along.
It started when I was away. I was like, what? Wait, we'll have another one?
Wait, what? Huh?
Oh yeah, that one.
Huh, that one. It's gonna run through the through the middle of September, so we're making it just over the summer, like something you can just pick up. Basically, the rule is it has to have 3 or more colors, and be a shawl, and be started after June 15th. Those are the rules.
Those are the rules.
Pretty straightforward. People are super excited. We have folks that are using like their leftover Jody shawl yarn. People are, stash
making
diving.
another Jody
They're
shawl.
making another Jody, or making the Jody because they missed the knit along for the Jody. 3 or more colors. That's all.
Yeah.
DK weight, worsted. I'm gonna make a worsted weight one. As soon as I get that other one that's on a deadline.
That's
the
right,
fiber stash
you had
yarn.
some yarn picked up.
The fiber stash yarn. The yarn that I might have bought at the trunk show.
Right.
So
we thought we would have just tell you about a pattern that we were gifted.
Yes.
And that we are going to give away to you guys as a prize for the multicolor shawl along.
Yes.
This particular pattern uses just 2 colors. But that's why, we're not going to give it away now.
Yes.
We're going to give it away as one of the prizes for the knit along.
And actually, somebody's knitting Bride by the Sea.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
It's beautiful, which is perfect. So Jen Sheelan,
Yes.
She designed the Bride by the Sea, which we gave a copy away. Oh gosh, it was it was a month ago. Jen is like
amazing,
cranking out the patterns, and they're like every single one. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my new favorite. Whenever she like does a new one, and it is no exception with this one. It is beautiful. It's called Springtime Melody, and it uses 2 colors.
Yep.
Look how fun that is. Yeah, I should take it out of the plastic so you guys can see it. It's really a neat design. I've not seen another one that's been, sometimes you see patterns come out and they're very similar to others. For a while, the asymmetrical triangular shawls, everybody was making them and they were starting to look really similar. And this is just a really cool pattern.
Yep. I was telling Kelly, I was like, I've got a bunch of yarn that would work for yarn that I bought at this.
2 skeins, 1 of each color, and you go. You could use, 2 solids. You could use a solid and
a variegated,
or
probably
semi-solid.
Wouldn't use 2 variegated.
No,
for this.
I wouldn't either, unless they were like really, really different but worked together. But yeah, it's a cool pattern.
Yep.
And I love the. So Jen actually has an Etsy store and she sells her own yarn too, which is beautiful. And in this pattern, she used her own yarn. She has some of the best colorway names ever. So this particular one, she used her colorway called I Lilac You a Lot. That's a tongue twister, but it's awesome. And then the other color that was used, the green that was used, is called Peas of Cake, like peas and carrots, but peas of cake.
As you can tell, the colors are lilac and pea colored.
Yeah. She has the best color names. I love it. So
we'll be giving that pattern away as one of the prizes for the multicolored summer shawl along.
Yeah, so check out Jen's patterns. This one is just beautiful. So it's Springtime Melody shawl, and then the last one that we did was
Bride by
the
the
Bride by the Sea.
And that's a 3-color shawl.
And that's a 3-color shawl. So you could use that in our knit along if you wanted to. And she's just been releasing some beautiful patterns. So give her a look if you haven't checked out her patterns before, and check out her Etsy store for her yarns as well, because the colorway names, I would buy them.
I've never bought yarn before just based on the name of the colorway.
Not me either. No. Yeah.
No. Hey, and we got prizes.
And thank you, Jen.
Oh, yes,
very
thank
much.
you. Sorry, I say she's doing the polite stuff, and I'm already moving on. Jen, thank you very much.
I know, it's awesome. I can't wait to get that on the needles, because I keep saying that about her patterns, and I just haven't yet. But it's really cool.
That one, like you said, it's such a cool design and very unique.
Is.
That it's It's intriguing.
Yeah, and it uses 2 colors, which is, you know, I've got so many just one-off skeins
Yeah.
that, you know, it'd be easy to use up some stash.
Yeah. Exactly. So we have some prizes. So Shorty Sock Along is over. I closed the finished object thread at noon today, and somebody skated in a couple hours earlier,
Excellent.
which was awesome. Because the rules are,
Hey,
guys,
you know?
if the thread's not locked, we haven't drawn prizes yet, so post
right.
away.
Yep.
That's the rule. So, in the interest of time and just not watching us fumble around and more than we normally do,
Right.
I have already random number generated drawn prizes. So, I drew 2 prizes out of the finished objects thread, and then I drew 1 prize out of the chatter thread because we've been getting so much chatter and people are so engaged, and I thought, hey,
It's awesome.
it's awesome. We'll do something fun.
Yep.
So our first prize, sorry for the crinkles, is this really awesome koala project bag.
That's really cute.
I can't remember, and I don't want to crinkle. There might be some koala stitch markers inside the bag that I also bought when I bought the bag, but I can't remember. So you're for sure getting a bag. You might also be getting koala stitch markers.
It might
But
be a surprise. It's a surprise to all of us.
There might be a surprise in there for you. I don't know. I don't want to be false advertising. Definitely getting the bag. Might be getting stitch markers. I was trying to feel earlier. I feel that. There's something else in there.
Oh, yeah. It feels bubble wrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally bubble
Yeah.
wrapped.
I'm
so
pretty sure there's
I
stitch
think
markers
there
in
is.
there. So you're getting This is totally normal.
Oh my gosh.
This awesome koala project bag from Utterly Adorable Knits, who makes great project bags.
Yeah.
Actually, this is one of her project bags. I have 2 or 3 of her project bags. And what I started doing is if I buy something for myself, I throw in something else for the podcast prizes because I'm already paying shipping, so why not? All right, so
That's a great summer.
that's what I thought.
It's so fun.
Yeah. All right. So the winner of the project. Oh, and the way to claim this is to either message or email myself or Kelly through Ravelry or our email accounts, which is just I'm Angela at muscleofyarn.com
Or
and
Kelly.
Kelly is Kelly at muscleofyarn.com with your full name and mailing address, and we will get your prize out. So the winner of the koala project bag is post number 11. So I know I'm going to butcher this name.
Clarice?
But there's an A at the end.
Oh.
Clarissa?
Oh, cool. But look, I couldn't read your writing.
Yeah, sorry, that's messy.
I think
So
it's Clarissa.
Clarissa B
That's cool,
on
yeah.
Ravelry from South Carolina. So she made these cute little shorty socks. They look like they might be Legacy Fiber Arts, but I'm not sure. But post number 11, Clarissa, you are the winner of the koala project bag.
We think it's Clarissa. If we're wrong, let us know.
Let us know.
Because it could be Clarica.
I'm gonna go with Clarissa.
I think it's Clarice. That's what my initial gut reaction was. I love learning about the history of people's names.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fun. And then learning how to pronounce them when I
Yes.
butcher them.
Yes. So our other prize from the finished objects thread was generously donated by the folks at Green Mountain Spinnery.
I know, and I almost bought one of these kits, and I restrained myself. I bought other yarn instead, but they're so cute.
So this has the yarn, and we didn't take it out, so I don't even know what colors the yarn is. It's a mystery.
I think it's the gray one.
The gray one
think
that's
so.
on there?
I
Okay.
think so.
So this is the Putney Flock Socks by Larissa Damos. So it's a colorwork shorty sock pattern. So you get the pattern and the yarn.
If you came to our Meet the Farmers event,
They have
then
these kits.
They have the kits, and you would have met Larissa.
Larissa
too.
was here,
She was here.
yes.
Larissa and Maureen were both here.
Yes.
They're awesome. They're
Larissa,
so fun.
So
I
fun.
know.
Larissa's going to come podcast with us sometime, I think.
Is she?
Yeah.
That's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah. And some other things. If you don't follow them on Instagram, Green Mountain Spinnery, I would totally recommend it. They have totally pom-pom bombed the entrance to their store down in Putney, and it is amazing. I'm so inspired. I'm like, we gotta make pom-poms.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome looking.
We can get the pom-pom queen on it, right, Carol?
Wherever she is, yeah. All right, so the winner of this fantastic kit is post number 33, Barb Ivy, which is Barb from Kentucky. So she has these great shorty socks. It was her second completed pair for the knit along. So
Nice.
we had people who had multiple entries here, which I thought was
That's
awesome. And her pattern was the Super Simply short socks. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So congratulations.
And be sure to get in touch with either Andrew or myself through
Yep.
Ravelry or email us or whatever you want to do with your
Yes.
information.
Yes.
Sweet. And we'll get them mailed out.
We'll get them mailed out.
We're really quick about mailing stuff out.
We are.
People are like, oh my God, my order was here so quickly.
I know.
I mean, I just love
Yeah.
getting
There's
things.
no sense in just sitting on it.
Yeah, we turn things around really quickly.
So I also drew a prize from the chatter thread.
Yay!
And so with this one, what we're gonna do is we'll gift you the Ravelry pattern of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
So the winner of
Single
this
pattern, not like one of the
not a
books or
collection,
anything,
just
yeah.
a single pattern. So just ping Kelly or I on Ravelry and let us know which pattern you want, and we will take care of that and get that over to you. So the winner of this prize from the chatter thread is post number 37, and that's Elizabeth P. Muntz. That's Elizabeth from Virginia, and she just had posted a picture of her Rose City rollers in progress.
Nice. Some
And-
super fun bright ones.
Yeah,
Those will be
so
great for
that was
summer.
the colorway was the Lornas Laces LYS Day colorway.
Oh,
So I thought that was kind of cool.
that's fun.
So Elizabeth, please ping Kelly or myself with your pattern choice, and we will get that over to you. So
That's so
thank you for
cool.
everybody who participated and who entered. We may try to do this format if people like it, where
Mm-hmm.
we will pull like maybe a gift pattern prize out of the chatter thread, because I think it's fun. Like
It is
people
fun.
are really just engaged and having a lot of fun back and forth with each other, and it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Excellent.
excellent. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
That's all I got for prizes.
Okay. I'm like looking around like,
I know.
did we
What
do
else?
everything?
Did we get everything?
I think we did. I know. I
think
feel
so.
such out of practice. I mean, it's only been a couple weeks, but
I think we got it. And if we hadn't spent like 15 minutes at the beginning, just
chatting.
this episode wouldn't be so long.
Well, yeah.
It's like 15 minutes of outtakes.
So, you could just skip it if you want, but I know you guys like to watch
We
it.
know you like them. That's where the fun
Yeah.
stuff happens.
We weren't really goofy this time, though. We were
We
just
weren't.
chattering.
We were chattering.
Yeah.
We haven't seen each other in a couple weeks.
I know. So we had stuff to catch up on. We were talking about cars
I know.
in England, the differences between here and there,
Yeah. And some other stuff.
and some other stuff.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
So thanks for stopping
Mhm.
by, hanging out with us for a little bit.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't check out the bonus episode, even just in the beginning, we did do picks of the week in that.
Mhm.
So if you want to check that out and take advantage of that pick of the week as well, it is still good.
for another week.
And then the DK, we did a bunch of DK weight yarn for this one.
Yep.
So
And you know what? In like 7 more episodes, we're gonna have cake again, because it's gonna be our 100th episode.
oh,
Any excuse.
wait, what episode are we on?
93.
We're on 93.
Yeah, can you believe that?
So what's
Do you remember when we started? Because I'm totally gonna derail again. Do you remember when we started and I
more
started
outtakes?
listing out the episode numbers, and I started like 001, and you were like, "Really? You're gonna go 3 digits?" And I was like, "We're in this for the long haul."
I know, we're almost there.
And we're
now.
almost there.
I know. Well, we've done pretty. There's only been a few weeks where we've missed.
And well, I mean, the other big miss was after I had Abigail, and
Yeah.
we were off. We did 1 episode, I think, in like an 8-week span. But otherwise, we've been pretty consistent. So
I know.
Yeah, we're
So we've been cruising along.
there'll be
Stacking
another
episodes.
cake party, and we'll bust out the tiaras again
Excellent.
for the 100th episode, which will be kind of at the end of the summer.
And then maybe I'll bring cake in again on my big birthday.
See, any excuse.
I have a big birthday coming this year, you guys.
She does. I had the big birthday last year.
Right. And just a year older than me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's my 15-year wedding anniversary this year too. I know, 15 years. Isn't that crazy?
I know.
That's like
We're
our big trip was kind of our wedding anniversary present to ourselves.
We're gonna be at 13. We're at 13 years in October. So
Time it flies.
flying. I know. It's amazing.
It does amazing.
So, all right. Thanks for watching.
We'll wrap it up.
We
now.
appreciate all of you. Thank you to all of you who subscribe and comment. It makes it super fun for us, and we're so glad people enjoy watching the podcast.
Yeah, and definitely follow us on any of the social media that you want to, and we'll get the show notes up for you guys, and then I'll have all the details of everything we talked about. So feel free to comment below if you have any comments or questions. We try to at least definitely answer questions if there are questions. We don't always reply to comments. But
if you
but
make
we
me
read them all.
snort water out of my nose, I will comment.
Probably saying I just snorted water out of my nose. But,
Pretty much. I'm classy like that.
Well, that's usually me. I'm always the person that has liquid in my mouth. I just took a sip of water or something, and somebody will say something, and I spit it everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's almost always me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do?
Till next week.
Mm-hmm.
See you later.
We're both making faces.
I know. I just dropped my little ball on the floor.
The colors are so vibrant.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Because I'd only see them in the little tube.
You know, I'm a little scared that these vibrant colors are going to bleed onto the gray when I soak it. I'm gonna have to soak it in cold water, I think.
You could put a little vinegar in.
Yeah. Well, that's the end I was looking for.
Some people have done like the color catchers too. I haven't ever tried those, but a lot of people do.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to do that. Because I just finished the pieces for that insouciant.
Mm-hmm.
That blood. I put it into water, and it was, which doesn't surprise me because it's a really dark teal.
Yep.
But then I laid the sleeves out on a white comforter, which is where I normally, and it bled onto the comforter. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know. I was like, really? That's like Juniper Moon. That's like commercially made yarn. So that's how crazy the teals are, guys.
Yeah, teal's a tough one. Oh, that's a bummer though.
I know. It's alright. It's just the guest room. And I'm not really that big of a...
You could always get like a duvet cover or something to go over it.
Oh, it is a cover.
Oh, okay.
It is the duvet. It probably bled through, but it is a duvet cover. So, look, I got sleeves. 2 sleeves.
Yay!
2 sleeves.
How far down do they come?
Oh, I don't know.
Mid.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like...
Just above the elbow?
Yeah.
Sweet. Such a pretty yarn. I like the little bit of silk sheen in it.
I like it a lot. It's a really nice yarn, I think. And then these are still kind of wet. They've been laying out in my office, but they're not quite dry.
That's pretty.
Front and back.
Almost there.
I am. And I think I'm going to leave it here since I heard a rumor that there's 2 people here that love to seam things.
I don't know who that would be.
I heard a small rumor, so I think I might leave them and see if the seaming fairies.
Yeah, Carol and I seam for fun.
I know. I heard that. So I think I'm gonna leave them here for those seaming fairies. Look, I got yarn. I got some yarn. I would have definitely needed a 3rd skein.
That's right, because you salvaged.
I had the yarn incident. The
right.
great yarn.
Because you did the entire back with the first one?
No, I had two balls held together. And that's part of what created the incident.
Oh, right. You didn't wind them together. You were holding them together.
Yeah. Because what could go wrong?
Right.
This cake, I wound them together which is what
when
I should
you had them.
Which is what I should have done to start with.
That's right. That's right. Because you started with 3, but then you got an extra one.
I started
right?
with 2.
Oh, you started with 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the yardage was exact
Okay.
of what I would need. I would have needed a 3rd, I think. It might have something to do with I leave like long tails and.
Mm. If you're gonna leave it, don't forget to leave extra yarn for seaming.
You know, I've read different things about that.
No, for us, if we're gonna seam
Oh.
it for you.
Oh yeah. Well, I was just gonna put it back in the bag.
Oh, and leave the
all
whole
of this.
thing. Okay. Yeah, I don't seam with the tails.
Okay, because that's what I thought.
I
And you
don't. Yeah, because I mean, if you ever wanted to take it apart and just make an alteration or adjustment to
Right, you
it,
wouldn't be able to.
if you just snip that, then I mean, you could potentially run out of the end of the yarn.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
if it breaks, like this wouldn't be so fragile because it's got the silk in it.
Yeah, but some.
But
would.
some of them will fall apart like crazy when you're steaming.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I am never gonna be able to reach that stuff over there. I don't know why everything keeps getting further. It feels like it's getting further and further away.
Did you notice Carol's t-shirt? It was the one she made. It's really cute.
Didn't. I will look at it.
Yeah.
Before I leave.
It turned out really cute. I like it a lot.
So, I have more of these.
Sweet, because Nancy? I think Nancy was asking about them.
They have no snaps on them
Okay.
because I'm on the injured reserve
Uh-oh.
for snap. Actually, I've been in a immobilization brace
Really?
for the last few weeks because when I did all of the ones for the Seasons of Vermont, I overtaxed. So this sad, so we'll go on, this is in the outtakes anyway. This sad little joint right here. I used to play rugby
Yeah.
and I dislocated it when I was playing rugby. And it was dislocated for like 2 weeks because I didn't know it was dislocated.
Oh,
I just
God.
thought that I
it was
jammed
bruised
it
or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was actually dislocated, and
Oh.
I think it was at a practice, get hit, bonk, right on the joint, and it goes, boop, back in, and the pain goes away, and I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So literally it had been dislocated, the joint was dislocated for like, so the tendons and all that stuff are like all messed
Stretched
up.
out and yeah.
Yeah, and this happened like, I don't know, 16 years ago,
Wow.
17 years ago.
Yeah.
So anyway, so doing this over and over and over and over and over again for like 300
Stop
times.
doing it.
Well,
I know,
yeah,
you're not
but
putting
I'm
pressure
not
on
putting
it,
pressure on it. Like aggravated, made this joint very angry,
Yeah.
and it was been very angry. And so the solution was I just needed to rest.
Yeah.
So it had to go into an immobilization brace, and that I am supposed to wear at night, but
Mm-hmm.
I keep leaving it at my office. So
It's super helpful there.
I'm a bad patient, but it's feeling much better, even just with like the week or so that it was in the brace. But my chiropractor has told me under no certain circumstances am I allowed to put any snaps on any of these for any time. So my mom, who made them, said she was supposed to be here already, but their flights got canceled. They'll be here tomorrow. She's like, well, I'll do it. And I was like, sold.
Excellent.
So we should have some shortly.
Yay.
Not by the time this podcast airs, but perhaps next week. Because I'm going to put my mom to work.
Excellent.
I think I have like 20 of them. And she said
Oh, wow.
she said she'd make more. She didn't want to make too many. But she's like, well, I don't know if people will like them. I think they'll like it.
Of course they will.
They'll like them.
Yeah, of course they will.
So anyway, so I do believe there's some more strawberry ones.
Cute.
And some other fabric. Anyway.
Those are great for summer.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so
Awesome.
yeah, our long-winded
Roundabout way.
about us. Do we have show notes?
My thing is perfect. My pick of the week. We do. Oh, that's for you. Show notes.
Show notes is okay. What time is it? Anyway. Okay. We're doing good.
Excellent.
Welcome back.
Thanks. It's good to be back, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. So I have a whole stack of egg cartons for you that I did not make it over to your house while you were gone to drop off.
That's okay.
Because, life and all. They're in the back of my car. I am not driving my car today.
I saw that.
I have the truck. Did you see my awesome parking job out there with the truck?
No. Was it a 15-point parking job?
Oh, yeah, and I'm way over the line. I'm totally crowding the car next to me, and I was like, whatever, they can drive on the lawn.
Oh, my goodness.
I need pull-through parking with the truck.
Mm.
It's, actually what I needed was the pull-in parking, but when I came, there was lots of cars in front of the shop, and so the normal spot where I want to park was not available, so I was like...
Parking was tight today. When I first got here this morning, I had to park way down over there.
Yeah.
So.
But it's all right. It's all right. Hopefully the car next to me leaves before I have to go. So it's going to be like a 15-point reversal. It's kind of tight through there. Truck.
I know it was funny talking to the guy when we rented a car over there, because we were talking about different vehicles and how some over there are the same vehicle but they're called something else, but of course a lot of their vehicles are much smaller.
Yes.
I mean, it's very rare for you to see a full-size truck on the road.
Yeah.
They have we have a Toyota Tacoma as one of our trucks. That is my husband's truck, and we also have a bigger truck, but which is unheard of to have more than one truck, but
yeah.
But they have the Hilux, which is basically like the same thing as the Tacoma.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the biggest truck that you'll see for the most part, except for garbage trucks and stuff like that. But they have smaller versions of vehicles that we have, for Audis. The smallest one that we have is the 3 Series. Yeah. So an A3, Q3, whatever. They have 2s and 1s over there too. They're so stinking cute. They're really, really cute. And they have this funky little Mercedes that I had never seen before. It's a more squarish looking Prius is kind of what it looks like.
And almost all their cars get really good gas mileage.
Yeah, so we had what we rented they ended up just giving us a Ford, what they call a Ford Fiesta, which over here is actually more in between the size of a Fiesta and a Focus. Okay. It was a little bit smaller than a Focus, but more styled like that. It was a 5-door because of the hatchback trunk.
Yep.
And all of the cars that they're selling now shut down when you stop. So if you're stopped for more than, I forget what the time frame is, but if you're stopped at a traffic light, they shut down, and as soon as you take your foot off the brake, they restart.
That's amazing.
And you can turn that off so that if you don't want it to do that, you have to do it every single time you get in the car, but there's a button right at the console, and you just push it and it won't shut down on you. But
that's amazing.
Isn't that wild?
That would be really good here.
I know.
They've got a lot of stuff on their cars over there that, it's been probably a decade and a half since I've been over, just because of life and school and now kids and family and stuff. But that was always the thing that struck me is the technology's there. We just we've not integrated it here, and it's very frustrating because they're silly things like that. Think of the fuel consumption and just pollution that helps combat, and why is that not integrated to the cars here?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
And the other nice thing about it too is if you're starting to cross a road or something, if you're a pedestrian and you're crossing the road, you don't have to worry about people gunning it just as the light turns green, because their car has to restart for a second, so you don't have to worry about running the last couple steps so you don't get run over.
That's nice.
Yeah, I know. It was it was a nice bonus for pedestrians too. I mean, not all of the people have it so that their cars shut off. But oh my gosh, and the number of diesel vehicles over there, that's really surprising too.
Because they have that diesel technology that was in the Volkswagen that we shall not talk about because of the problems here.
Right.
Apparently, we'll just not have problems over there.
Well, it just wasn't as big of a deal to them.
Okay.
But they're actually starting to, when you buy a car over there now, the guy at the car rental place was telling us they're trying to incentivize people to buy petrol cars rather than diesel cars now because of the way the technology's come along. Diesel's a little bit dirtier when it burns and things like that, but it has to this point gotten better gas mileage than or fuel mileage than gas vehicles, petrol vehicles. But so if you buy a diesel, I guess they're really taxing you like crazy when you buy it.
Interesting.
So it's more economical for people to buy a petrol vehicle right
Okay.
now because they're not getting taxed like
Right.
crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's interesting just going to different cultures and
Mhm.
like our own day-to-day things that are so
How
different.
different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, we should probably get this 15 minutes of intake outtakes on the road.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
All right. We ready?
I think so.
Okay.
All right. I'll go like this. Smooth down the hair so it's not going everywhere. The wind was crazy. My hair was earlier.